for Tresije. They will come looking for Itungo. And in every village, nobody would know who Itungo is. So that's, and now that the law even requires putting your photograph, because the name alone would go unnoticed. But anyone who sees the photograph says, hey, kumbe, this is the one. Burning issue, Honorable Kabulindi.
Thanks very much, Chair. I've heard a lot commented about Nira, but I want to comment and appreciate your flexibility. Chair, I happen to be a chairperson of Popo Social Club. I mobilized people and you sent your manpower. No, you sent your manpower and the exercise was done well without demand for any money. I wanted to appreciate that. Yes.
I thought I had thanked them for the work they do on your behalf. But I did thank them, but since you wanted on behalf of your constituency, your other constituency which you chair, and which fellowships every Thursday evening. Every day. Yes. Is it fellowship or swallowship? Or both? We are in the basement. Honorable Nangoli?
Thank you, Chair, for the opportunity. Chair, the last question that I would like to ask. There are scenarios where you find expired IDs where you are supposed to sign, where the applicant is supposed to sign on the ID. Either you sign or you put a thumbprint. They are blank and they have indicated unable to sign. Right now, when those people go for renewal of their IDs, they tell them that you made a mistake. It was a mistake by you, and therefore, you must cooperate. You pay for it. So we are wondering, were they misguided from the beginning when the IDs were when they were registering for the IDs, or where the problem could have come? And I can even give you the mini numbers for those people who have gone to register, to renew, and they have bounced back because of that error.
Is it because of the error or non-cooperation?
Because of the two.
Now you see, I have guided that
because Chair, I can read. I can give you the
data of NIM is private data.
No, you will submit. You will give them to her.
Okay.
But
the Data Protection Act.
Let's speak general. I have said before, matters of corruption are personal. The person who is asking for a bribe is a criminal. These people will not know. Let's highlight issues of a general failure. Why? Which are institutional.
Okay, sure.
Yes,
I'm going
not
to share
those
with
that
the,
are personal.
I'm going
Thank you.
to share with the AD.
Registration of aliens. Madam Chisembo, you had planned to register aliens. I hope you had. The Auditor General raises the question, and you gave us some answers. So the question is, the answers relate to system. So our question is, our questions are, was it in your work plan? Did you have a budget for it? Was it to be carried out by a specific date? Was it done within the time frame provided? If not so, why? This system, was it not foreseen that you would need it? Thank you.
In the financial year 2023-2024, it was envisaged that mass enrollment would start early. Therefore, we had planned for alien registration after or midway the mass enrollment exercise would start the alien registration. The budget or the first appropriation was received in December 2023 as a supplementary, And the actual appropriation came in for the system came on June 21st, 2024. So we were not able to provide the system features for the enrollment of aliens.
And the status now?
The phase, it comes as phase 2 of our current system, and it will be delivered at the end of October 2025.
Any questions, colleagues? Honorable Svambi.
Thank you for the opportunity. As a human rights lawyer, I know. Is this term not derogatory? How can you create here alien? We are fighting sectarianism and derogatory use of words on human beings. But alien, are they from Mars?
You want to substitute it?
Is a human being. You can have a better description than the word alien. I don't know.
Non-Ugandans?
Yes, maybe non-citizens, but alien.
Write it down. But what word do you use in the law?
No, law has never been.
But you see, for her, her duty is to go by your script.
You know, we need her technical advisors
yes,
so that we can change.
Now the human rights
laws.
lawyer in Honorable Swambi is asking you, would you not technical advise us to change? Write it down. Honorable Nkunyinji Mwada, and you know when I come from that end, I will not come back.
Chair, the rules allows you to come back, but
I will not apply them that way.
But Chair, on page 4, I'm concerned with the response.
We have 3 documents, page 4
I'm holding this document, the report of the Auditor General.
Okay.
On page 4
of the report.
Alien registration. Now, reading that, according to Nira, they are saying their registration module and its functionality could not allow generation of IDs for what they call aliens. Now, we just want to understand, how can Nira have functional systems of registering various categories of people, including Ugandans, generate information, but claim it cannot print or generate IDs? Is it specifically tagged on a particular module or IT system? Is NIRA trying to account for more funding? Or does NIRA want to say that they have no other ways of printing IDs for what they call aliens?
It's a very good observation, very, very good observation. Again, rooted in suspicion. Trust Honorable Mwada. You've never trusted them.
Because generate information, which is required.
How can you have
fail to print
a system which is intended to register aliens, but then it has no module which will help you generate a card? Why? Because these people will need to identify themselves wherever they are, especially when they are seeking services.
If we step into the history of the National Security Information System that was used in 2014, it was before NIRA's Act was put in place. Therefore, at the time that the system was acquired, the role of registering aliens was not a role of NIRA. Therefore, the system was acquired before the law was put in place. Subsequently, when the law was put in place, the module was sought. And when the module was sought, by the time it was to be delivered or something, the relationship with the service provider had expired. Thank you.
That one is not conclusive. You need to conclude or complete your answer for completeness. 1, to date you do not have that module.
To date we do not have that. To date the module is under development. We don't have it now in production. What in IT language is called in production. Why would it be different from the information we collect for Ugandans? The definition of a citizen and the definition of an alien differ in law. Therefore, the information acquired for registration of a citizen and the information acquired for the registration of an alien are different. Even the documents they present are different. So as such, when the system was delivered, it was delivered for the 147 features that are used to define a citizen of Uganda. So we are as I said, in October 2025, we shall roll out the alien registration module. Thank you.
Chair, I apologize, but I think the executive director is not honest. We are all Ugandans. We even do printing. Even companies print IDs. What is so special that you have information and now you say you will never print IDs for foreigners or aliens just because you're waiting to purchase or procure a system when you have so many other both external and internal systems? It doesn't add up well. Isn't it an attempt to try to justify more resources? It's a blanket check that we want money so that we procure systems. The word system is a cover-up. You have the information. And are you saying that without procuring that system, you won't fulfill your mandate of capturing data?
Sir, as you may observe, I have not requested for resources. We said the module is part of the new system. It is part of phase 2 of the new system. It was not part of the first system. We are not requesting for any additional resources, sir. We are simply saying there were 17.2 million unregistered Ugandans, 15.8 million needed to renew their cards. There are 60,000 registered aliens. We thought it prudent in phase 1 to start with the 17.2 million and 15.8 million. In phase 2, we shall handle the registration of aliens.
Okay. I think your question is very, very legitimate. We shall follow it up. If you are available in November, we shall invite Nira to come back and give us the update then. We are still around. If we do not meet them in November, we shall meet them in March. If we do not meet them in March, even in the next year of election, we shall be here. The only difference is that I will not be chair of this committee because, as you know, the ruling party is not allowed to chair this committee. So my party will be in government. And probably as the Prime Minister, I may not be in a position to sit here with you, but I will remind you. Okay. Honorable Gaffer.
That time I will be chair. Thank you, Chair. Chair, my concern, taking the explanation of the accounting officer, my question then would be, what was the rationale of Nira planning in this financial year under scrutiny to register, I can see 30,000 aliens, when you knew you did not have the system in place? Why wouldn't you plan to put the system in place before planning to register, knowing that you needed this system for you to be able to do it? Because we are looking at what you planned vis-a-vis what you managed to do and what you didn't do. The reason you didn't do it because you didn't have the system. But when you were planning, you knew that you did not have this system. So what was the rationale now behind the planning? For me, that's my concern.
In October 2022, Cabinet approved the mass enrollment and renewal exercise that was supposed to deliver the system with all the modules. It was envisaged that in July 2023, we would receive funding. The funding first was appropriated in December as a supplementary. So all the factors aligned to this issue were beyond the control of the organization. By the beginning of the financial year, for bandage to be passed, you had to have a work plan. So we planned to roll out a new system have a module that would register aliens.
Thank you, Chair, for the opportunity. Chair, Auditor General's report, page 4, where the auditor indicates that whereas Nira has taken initiatives to register a targeted number of 30,000 aliens, their operations plans during the financial year. I noted that over the years, this has not been put into action. And the last statement say, in addition, failure to register aliens means that the expected revenues for the year of USD 3 million will not be realized. I want to understand from Madam Chisembo.
Before she answers it, listen to this. In the Treasury Memorandum, page 107, Nira budgeted to collect 15 billion shillings. However, by the end of the year, only 7 had been collected, representing 47% performance. The accounting officer was advised to carry out a cost-benefit analysis of upgrading the new system to support alien registration. If found non-viable, Nira should consider the other options for achieving alien registration, including expanding the development of the functionality of a new system.
Chair,
Yes.
what I wanted specifically to know is how much per alien to register, how much, at what, at how
15
much
billion divided by
Because-
30,000.
Because when you get 30,000 aliens,
Aliens, yes.
meaning each one is registered at $100. So
That is
that's what
correct.
we wanted to understand, that if that's the right figure.
That is the right figure, sir.
Okay.
I think what the members are asking, especially noting from the Deputy Chair and Honorable Gafabusa, is that, I mean, this, well, apart from being a service, it would bring something into our coffers. In other words, that it would justify the cost. What would be so difficult about getting or trying alternative means? You could even work in liaison with UPPC. It is our own establishment. First, you deliver the service, but also it contributes to NTR, because the outer gen is saying, why didn't you try alternatives? Maybe it is so scientific, I may sound like the person who wanted to arrest foreign exchange.
The cost of the $100 is the cost for the card. So it was not. We've got the biographical data of a couple of aliens whom we gave alien identification numbers, but we did not issue them cards. So, in essence, we were going to obtain money from them without giving the service for which the money was obtained.
In other words, Ugandans were not expecting a financial benefit because the money they pay is used to print their card.
No, it's the cost of the card is far less than that, but the additional is the revenue.
Yes.
Yeah,
So, for us, we lost revenue.
that's true.
Why? First, because of the reason you have given.
Yes.
Second, because Nira was not innovative enough, that they could not devise alternative means.
The card that we offer needs to have more than just a card. Otherwise, we would all print it downtown. But
Yeah.
we had to embed within each the features,
Honorable Mwada would want you to print it from NASA.
and we would love to. but it has to align to a standard called ICAO 9303. If we did that, it would not align to some of the standards that security documents or national documents must comply with.
How long does it take to develop this system?
Well, we received money in June 2024. The system we rolled out in May. So it takes anything between 8 to 12 months.
Okay.
Thank you.
Gaffer?
Thank you, Chair. Going back to the question I asked and the response I got, why we planned to register these aliens without the system in place. My understanding from the response, Madam Kisembo, is that therefore, because we did not have the system, which is still under development, we did not do anything about it in as far as registration of aliens is concerned. Now,
maybe I'll correct something about that. We collected information of some aliens and registered it, but we did not collect the revenue related to giving them cards.
I'm still about the registration because I'm looking at the system and what's supposed to capture. So because we are still having the system under development, we are not able to do the registration. Now, I want you to look at the financial statements. Colleagues, I refer us to page 6 of the financial statements and look at page 6 is talking about key performance highlights, and you look at number 20, registration of legally resident aliens and issue national IDs. If you look at the last column of achievements, you see 8 applications were received and 8 alien identification numbers were generated. I want to find out how these identification numbers were generated without that module, without that system fully developed.
Numbers and cards.
Yes. How were
There
these?
is a difference.
No. These are national identification numbers. So how were they generated without a system?
I earlier alluded to the fact that we did collect applications for aliens, but the money generated is around cards. So unless the module that we are lacking was the print module, the card for the national is fundamentally different from the card for the alien. So the card we have in the what we call the card personalization system, the module that prints cards and asks for country, whatever, is not. Those are not the same questions or the same template that the card for the aliens has. So we needed a specific module to print out the cards for the aliens. So that is why we collect, for those 8 people, they applied and they were desperate. They were working with government on projects and wanted an alien identification number. We gave them the number, but we did not give them the card.
Exactly. We are saying the same thing. The question I'm asking, my assumption is that for them to get these numbers, they are system generated, which system is still under development.
The honorable member is asking this. The query is not even about cards, although the cards are the ultimate output. Ultimate output?
Yeah.
Ultimately, after registration or registering somebody, you would be expected to issue out a card. The query raised by the Auditor General is that you did not do alien registration. A member is saying, look, you were supposed to do 30 registrations. If there is a limitation on issuance of cards because of the system, at least you have a system, or you had a system, which was used to register these 8, because you registered them.
The Honorable Auditor General made reference to 2 things: the registration of the aliens and the revenue that was not
Yes.
generated.
Yeah.
So-
I don't want you to peg everything to revenue.
To the revenue that was
Away
not
from
gen-
revenue.
I have explained that one.
Registration.
The registration, we thought it, maybe, I don't know how to put it. We thought it unfair to go and register somebody. And out of that
And at the end of the
registration,
day,
give them nothing and then ask them for $100. If we
Yes.
thought it was a bit of short-changing them,
Not only short-changing, really. What kind of nation or country would you be? You register somebody, takes his $100, and at the end of the day, all you can do is to tell him, this is your alien registration number. Keep it in your head until we get a system to give you a card. I think it makes sense. Yes, Honorable Muzale.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, two things. One, I don't know whether this statement is correct or not. Page 4 of our Auditor's General's report. It says the accounting officer explained that the old, is it national, what? The NSIs has an alien registration module, but its functionality is limited to generating alien identification numbers and does not cater for the printing of the national IDs. But they say it was rolled out. The limitation has hindered, anyway. I think it has some contradictions.
Explained it this way. By the time they came into existence, the system existed before. It could issue numbers but could not issue cards. Along the way, the agreement expires and the service provider quits. So they could have used the same system, remodeled it to a new form of functionality which would issue cards. From what they say here is that upon those ones expiring, they could not access the passcode or password, the source code.
the intellectual property for us to modify the
Yes.
system to go ahead and print
Exactly.
cards.
You gave me a contract to supply a certain system. My contract expires. You age me out. I go with my thing. I will not give it to you. I think we should not spend much time.